Lagos never sleeps. Even when the sun goes down, the city still breathes. With honking buses, shouting conductors, late-night generators, and dreams that refuse to die. In a small compound at Surulere lived Amaka Johnson, a quiet, soft-spoken girl with a heart too pure for the kind of city Lagos had become. People used to say, Amaka too good for this world. She believed everyone was honest. She believed loyalty was sacred. And worst of all, she believed her best friend, Kemi Adeyemi, loved her like a sister. They met in secondary school. Amaka was the girl who shared her lunch. Kemi was the girl who always needed help. From the first day, Kemi latched onto Amaka like a shadow. You're the only one that understands me, Kemi would always say, squeezing Amaka's hand. And Amaka believed her, even when teachers warned her, even when classmates whispered, even when her own mother said, this Kemi girl, open your eyes well. Amaka would laugh. Mummy, Kemi is like my sister. She didn't know that sometimes the people closest to you are not sent to help you, but to test you. Years passed. They grew from girls into women. Lagos hardened people around them, but Amaka remained gentle. She finished university with good grades and got a small job at a logistics company on the island. Nothing big, nothing flashy, but it was honest work. Kemi, on the other hand, was always chasing shortcuts. One week it was Forex, another week it was crypto, another time it was connection. She was never stable. Yet she was always in Amaka's house, sleeping on her bed, wearing her clothes, eating her food. Amaka never complained. What are best friends for? She would say. What she didn't know was that Kemi was watching her habits, watching her weaknesses, watching her blessings. And inside Kemi's heart, something ugly was growing. Envy. One evening, rain was falling heavily. Amaka came home soaked and tired. She dropped her bag and sighed. Kemi, today was hard. Kemi looked up from her phone. What happened? Amaka smiled weakly. My boss said there's a promotion coming. If I pass the final interview, my salary will triple. For a second, just a second, Kemi's smile froze. Then she forced a laugh. Wow, that's good-o. God is good. But inside her heart, another voice spoke. Why her? Why not me? That night, while Amaka slept peacefully, Kemi sat awake on the bed, scrolling through her phone. She opened a contact she hadn't used in years. The name saved was simple. Baba Tunda, a man she met during her worst days. A man who didn't pray in church. A man who promised success without sweat. Kemi hesitated. Then she whispered, I can't remain like this while Amaka moves ahead. She pressed call, and with that single call, the door to darkness opened. Unknown to Amaka, her life was about to change. Not because of enemies outside, not because of witches in the village, but because of the best friend who slept beside her every night. Sometimes the devil doesn't fight you directly. Sometimes he hugs you, calls you bestie, and eats from your plate. What Amaka didn't know was that once envy enters a heart, love quietly leaves, and Kemi's heart was already empty. The changes didn't happen loudly, they came quietly. Like a snake sliding through grass, Kemi stopped praying with Amaka. She stopped laughing the same way. She began to stare too long when Amaka spoke about her future. Small things started happening. Amaka misplaced documents. Important emails disappeared. She began forgetting things she never forgot before. One morning, her phone alarm didn't ring. She arrived late to work. Another warning letter. Amaka was confused. This is not me, she kept saying. At night, Kemi would pretend to sleep, but her eyes were always open. Watching, waiting. One weekend, Kemi suggested something strange. Let's go visit one auntie in Agege. She prays very well. Amaka laughed. But we already have church. Kemi smiled. This one is special. Amaka refused. That night, Kemi's face hardened. So you think you're better than me now? She snapped. Amaka was shocked. Why would you say that? Kemi quickly changed tone. I'm just tired. Sorry. But the seed of hatred had already grown roots. Things got worse. Amaka failed the promotion interview. The job she was confident about slipped away. She cried for the first time in months. That night, Kemi hugged her tightly. "Don't worry," she whispered. "Everything will soon change." But her smile didn't reach her eyes. That same night, Kemi stepped out and went to meet Babatunde. The man drew strange symbols and said, "Your friend's star is bright. If you don't block it, it will blind you." Kemi didn't hesitate. "Do whatever you must do." From that moment, Amaka began having terrible dreams. Dreams of drowning, dreams of being chased, dreams where Kemi was always standing behind her, smiling. If you're watching this story and you've ever trusted someone blindly, pause for a second. Subscribe so you don't miss the ending of this story. Comment where you're watching from: Nigeria, Ghana, UK, USA, anywhere. Share this story because the evil best friend you don't warn others about might destroy them. Now, let's continue. Amaka's mother noticed everything. Her daughter lost weight. Her smile faded. Her eyes looked tired. One night, she held Amaka's hands and said, "My daughter, not everybody that laughs with you loves you." Amaka defended Kemi. "Mummy, Kemi has been there for me." Her mother sighed. The knife that cuts meat is always close. That same night, her mother prayed till morning. And in the dream, she saw a snake sleeping beside her daughter. One afternoon, Amaka overheard a phone call. Kemi didn't know she was home. "Yes, Babatunde, she's weak now. Do it fast." Amaka froze. Her heart pounded. When Kemi turned and saw her, the smile disappeared. For the first time, Kemi didn't pretend. "You weren't supposed to hear that," she said coldly. "After everything I did for you?" Amaka cried. Kemi laughed. "You did nothing for me. You just made me feel small." That was the day Amaka realized. The person she trusted most was the one destroying her life. Things collapsed quickly. Amaka lost her job. Her savings vanished mysteriously. Even her health declined. People stopped calling. Only Kemi remained, pretending to care. One night, Amaka collapsed. She was rushed to the hospital. Between life and death, she whispered, "God, if you save me, open my eyes." Her mother took her to a prayer house, not noisy, not dramatic, just truth. The pastor prayed once and said, "The attack is from the house, from the bed, from a friend." Amaka wept. During prayers, Kemi felt restless. She tried to enter but couldn't step inside. That night, Babatunde called her screaming, "Return what you took or you will lose everything." Fear gripped Kemi for the first time. Kemi's secrets came out. The rituals, the lies, the envy. Everyone knew. Friends disappeared. The same Lagos that applauded success mocked her downfall. She ran to Amaka crying, "Forgive me." Amaka looked at her calmly. "I forgive you, but you can't stay." Kemi left with nothing. No friends, no peace, no future. Amaka slowly healed. She found a better job. Peace returned. Her smile came back. She learned the hardest lesson of her life. Not everyone in your circle is for you. This story is not just a story. It's a warning. Sometimes the enemy is not outside. Sometimes the witch is not in the village. Sometimes the evil best friend is the one calling you my person. Watch who knows your secrets. Watch who celebrates your wins. Watch who is always around when you fall. Because the wrong best friend can destroy what enemies could never touch. If this story touched you, subscribe, share, comment where you're watching from, and remember, not every friend is a blessing. Some are lessons.